You also feel like there needs to be change in addition to the man being in prison.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to get the arrogance away from big companies.
First on two, tonight, a multi-million-dollar verdict against American Medical Response. A jury sides with a Portland woman saying the ambulance company did not do enough to protect her from a sexual predator on staff. Good evening. Thank you very much for being with us. I'm Steve Dunn.
And I'm Angelica Thornton in for Deb tonight. That verdict against AMR worth $2.25 million. On your side, investigator Anna Song has been covering this trial over the last couple of weeks. Anna, this is just the tip of the iceberg, right?
Yeah, and that's because that amount is just for Rashika Herring's pain and suffering and the sexual abuse she suffered at the hands of AMR's paramedic. The jury can still award an additional $7 million in punitive damages against AMR for how they handled this sexual predator.
For Rashika Herring, it all boils down to this moment. She's shaking, barely holding on, as a judge announces the jury has sided with her against American Medical Response.
Question: did AMR Northwest Inc. permit Lanny Hazard to engage?
It means the jury felt AMR should have done more about their paramedic Lanny Hazard once they learned he was a problem. By the time he fondled Herring in 2007, in the back of an ambulance she'd called for help, 3 other female patients had already complained about his sexually inappropriate behavior. Among them, this woman named Betty, who was in an AMR ambulance because she'd suffered a heart attack.
All over my breast and touching it, and I kept thinking, is he looking for the wire? Is that normal? Afterwards, I kept thinking I should have smacked this man, but that's afterwards.
They trust on lower level people that are in charge of very important issues and fail to do so. That this man can go back for 2 years. There's a total of 18 women. Can go back for 2 years, time and time and time again.
Herring was his last. Hazard's in prison, serving 5 years for sex abuse. Her victory here, albeit bittersweet, a victory for all those who were his victims.
Oh, I thought it was terrific. I mean, that's a winning for us.
The most important thing is the guy is in jail for 5 years. He's off the streets. And the rest, when you're old, what you're going to do with all that money?
The next phase of this trial, the punitive damages that we mentioned, that begins tomorrow morning at 9 with this very same jury.
Again, they can award up to $7 million.
Yes, and that's because that's how much Rashika Herring asked for AMR to be punished. She doesn't get all of it. 60% of whatever the jury awards will go to a state fund for victims' compensation.
Okay, Anna, thank you.